Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Swiss Magic Origins draft. I think Reeve Soul's the pick here. Probably pretty close to Separatist Void Mage though. I think Void Mage is really good. But Reeve Soul is cheaper, which is typically good in this format. And there's nothing else too crazy good in this pack, so seems like a Reeve Soul pick. Alright. Follow up on color, we have Return Centaur, Deadbridge Shaman. I don't think they're the picks. It's really between Seismic Elemental or Topin Freeblade. I do love a good Topin Freeblade, but I think Seismic Elemental is a pretty strong card. Probably stronger than Freeblade, potentially. Any sort of stalled board state, and you can just basically get through. There's also Claustrophobia in here. Blue-black controls, not out of the realm of reason. Any of those three cards, I think, are a reasonable pick here. I think I'm going to go for the Elemental, though, just because I've had some pretty awesome experiences with that card. Okay, so now we can take Javelin, Shambling Ghoul. There is Jessian Thief, but let's probably stick to our first two colors here. I think I like Javelin more than Ghoul, even though Ghoul's very good. I think getting a Javelin here is just fine. Okay. We have Shadows of the Past. I'd probably just take Foundry of the Consuls. It's a fine card. There's also Bloodsucker, and there is some... And there's Cobble Brood, I guess, but I'm going to take Foundry. Typically, I like playing Foundry most of the time. Alright. Blazing Hellhound, Fleshbag Marauder, Shambling Ghoul. I'll probably go with the Blazing Hellhound. Especially if I mean, I guess I don't know for sure I'm in black, but that's already some good fourth pick black cards, so I'm going to take the Blazing Hellhound. Even though I don't think there's a good chance that it wheels, actually. Even though it, basically requires that you're in black and red, but I'm going to take it because the Steel and Sack deck is a good archetype. It's definitely in black and red, and Hellhound is just a great outlet for it. It's also just a reasonably costed creature. Well, Sigil of the Empty Throne is, otherwise I can take Automaton, which I guess is okay in the Steel and Sack deck, a way to gain some life. But Sigil of the Empty Throne is pretty strong. Certainly stronger than an Automaton most of the time. And I just feel like I'm not going to need an Automaton. I think there's enough upside this early to taking in a Sigil of the Empty Throne, or I'm just going to take it. Alright, now I think we just slam a Shambling Ghoul, which I like quite a bit. More exciting than a Construct. Fairly late Clash of Wills, but not excessively late. Vial versus Necromantic Summons. Well, maybe Summons is good in the Steel and Sack deck. I'm not sure. People always tell me I underrate this card, so I could consider it here. Otherwise, Alchemist Vial is fine as well. Shrouding Mist in white is good. I'll take the Summons here. That's fine. It's uncommon. You don't see it that much. None of these cards are really striking my fancy all that much. Could take a Trapper, I guess. Otherwise, I could take... maybe I'll just take the Touch of Moonglove, I guess. Chance I play it. Tabled Claustrophobia. Alright. Maybe we take that. I mean, Tabled Claustrophobia is pretty insane. Play blue-black, cut these three awesome red cards we've already taken. I guess Screeching Scab kind of is cool with Necromantic Summons. Grasp of the Hieromancer is good with Sigil of the Empty Throne. So is Consecrated by Blood. Let's take the Scab. Maybe blue-black is actually where we're supposed to be, I'm not sure. Just seems like it because fifth to last pick blue card is pretty insane. Now we got to sort by color. Or try to. There we go. Sure. Night Snare. Okay. So, what direction do I want to go? I feel like blue is the correct direction, just based on that Claustrophobia pick alone. I'd like to make black work still. Suppression Bonds pairs well with the Sigil. Don't know how easily we're going to make white work. Probably just slam a Starfish here, I guess. I think blue-black is ultimately, like I said, the direction I should go, which means I'm going to lose some pretty good red picks, but maybe I can splash a Javelin or something. Can't really splash Hellhound or Elemental all that easily. I mean, I guess you can splash Hellhound, but I'd rather splash a Javelin, I think. But we're going to take Starfish over Read the Bones, because Starfish is just a good card. Wow, another Hellhound. I mean, probably take another Ghoul. I could take the Assassin. I think Ghoul's actually better than Assassin. Just because it's a nice, cheap threat. 2/3 body is very good. If I'm in blue-black, though, Shadows of the Past is pretty much... I think I hope to wheel the Shadows of the Past. That certainly can wheel. But blue-black is really where Shadows of the Past is at its best. But I think Ghoul is more in line with what I'd like for the deck. I think Assassin's fine, too. But I think Ghoul is actually better. So, likely just going to try and make a blue-black work. In which case, I'd probably take another Reeve Soul. There's also Separatist Void Mage. Do like a good Reeve Soul, though. Let's take the Reeve Soul. Alright. Sphinx's Tutelage. Jesse and Thief. Read the Bones. Evolving Wilds. Tutelage is cool. I think I'm just going to take the Thief, though. Thief is pretty awesome. Especially with the removal we already have. And I guess we are hunting for some more creatures at the moment. So now I can take Read the Bones versus Runed Servitor. Probably want to Read the Bones. I do like a good Runed Servitor, but we already have some good 2-drops, and Read the Bones is just a pretty awesome card. Touch of Moonglove is a pretty unexciting one. But could end up using it. Well, I've been losing a lot to pump spells, so I kind of just want to slam the Disperse here. And I think I might be a little more willing to run this in multiples nowadays. Does seem like the Titanic Growth, Might of the Masses, and Shrouding Mist green-white decks are quite powerful and successful. Disperse number 2 versus Shambling Ghoul number 3. Only have 6 creatures. We have 7 other spells. I really wouldn't mind taking another Shambling Ghoul. It's a pretty good card. Don't really like Scrapskin Drake. Guess we'll take a second Disperse. Although, I changed my mind. I'm going to take the Ghoul. I feel like Ghoul's a pretty premium 2-drop, actually. Especially for a blue-black deck that presumably is going to be able to pick up a late-game plan. Deadbird Shaman's a nice one. Read the Bones number 2, I guess so. Can be a little bit scary in multiples, but we have a good early game. Did end up tabling at Shadows of the Past, which is pretty excellent news. Also tabled the Hellhound if I had stuck with the red plan, but like I said, Shadows of the Past is quite good in the blue-black deck. It's probably where it's at its best, because you've got stuff like Screeching Scab. This deck could actually go for some Return Centaurs, seeing as we're running Shadows of the Past and Necromantic Summons, but we're actually going to have to find some good finishers for this deck to be successful, so I think I'm going to hate a Dwynen's Elite here because I don't want to go up against it. So really, a Scab Goliath, I guess, would be good, although that doesn't work too well with the Shadows of the Past plan. Alright, I'll take a second guard. Would prefer to not play either of these guards. I think I'm going to take a Sidearm now. Sidearm turns Shambling Ghoul into a 3/4. It's not a bad body. Alright, I mean, this deck's okay. We only need 4 cards to make a deck. Our curve is ridiculously low. Like, our curve is so low I could easily play 16 lands right now, but it's actually ridiculous how low our curve is. It's mostly 2-drops and a few 3-drops and then 1 5-drop. Like, This deck could very easily run 16 lands right now. Ooh, Hangerback Walker. There's a treasure. Nothing else too crazy good for us in here. Scab Goliath, like I said, is actually fine, but it doesn't coincide so well with the Shadows of the Past. Hangerback Walker, on the other hand, is just insane. And worth a bunch. And Path the Kothafed. And a Whirler Rogue? Holy jeez. My God. I actually don't know what's right here. If I take Whirler Rogue, I can still run a 16 land deck. Like, I don't even have to run Necromantic Summons, honestly. I might just want to try and run a 16 land deck. Not a 14 land deck. A 16 land deck. I mean, Kothafed's a good finisher, but... Jeez. Whirler Rogue's so good. And it just comes down... But, like, how do I deal with Kothafed? I guess I have a Disperse. Just, man. Kothafed's pretty nuts. 6 mana, 6/6 flyer is pretty intense, but 4 mana, 4 power on the board that does all sorts of nasty blocking. I guess we'll go with the rare. Passing a Whirler Rogue seems wrong, but I can't help it. He's so good. All right, Void Mage versus Marauder. Marauder is better with the Shadows of the Past. I think Void Mage is better in general. Probably want the card that works better with the Shadows of the Past, I think. I do love a good Void Mage. Marauder can also be bad against token-y stuff, but whatever. We'll take the Marauder. Hope to wheel a Void Mage or a Fetid Imp. I don't know how likely that is to happen. Now we get Alhamerit and a Towergeist. I think Alhamerit's good. I probably just want the Towergeist. Although, I guess I could use some more finishers. Although, Hangerback Walker and Kothafed are pretty good ones. Towergeist is just so good. But, I mean, Alhamerit's fine, too. It's a 7-drop, though, which I don't love. To make Kothafed work, I probably still have to run 17 lands. And I'm running a Foundry. Yeah, I think 17 lands is where we're ultimately going to end up. I do think Alhamerit's probably fine, though, with how much low curve stuff we have. Like, just having big finishers is probably for the best. Alright, I'll take the Alhamerit. It could actually wheel, but I like having 2 big finishers in a blue-black deck, at least. Alright, Watercourser here is an easy pick, I think. Alright, probably not going to play the Touch of Moonglove. Although I don't love the Maritime Guards in here either, but they're fine. We'll take the Deadbridge Shaman. Here I think I'm going to hate pick, because I don't think I'm going to play Blood or a Slug. I'll probably just hate the Instinct, which I think is the best. Watercourser number 2 seems like a steal for us. We'll cut a Maritime Guard for it. Scab Goliath seems fine. I don't love it because of the Shadows of the Past thing, but I think we still take it and maybe run it. Deadbridge Shaman, too. Let's cut the other guard. Run the Shaman. Our curve is so unusual. None of these cards really matter. I honestly don't even care about any of them, I guess. So I would have to make a cut if I run it like this. Oh, sidearm. Seems easy. Okay. Yeah, this actually isn't that bad. Fleshbag Marauder with Claustrophobia is actually kind of bad. Non-bow. But I think that's okay. Scab number 2, I might want to actually consider since it synergizes with both Shadows of the Past and Scab Goliath. Probably want to do that. There's a lot of Deadbridge Shamans. All our cards look good, by the way, which is nice. Good place to be. I don't even know what to cut. Maybe one of my Read the Bones. I'm not in love with running multiple Read the Bones. We also have Sigiled Starfish. I'm trying to think what the weakest cards in my deck are. Got a lot of creatures, which is great for Shadows of the Past. I think Shadows of the Past has got to stick around. It just seems right up a blue-black deck's alley, especially one running double Screeching Scab. I did say it doesn't work that well with Scab Goliath, though, so I don't love cutting the Scab Goliath, though. It's a nice 6-drop. 2 6-drops and a 7-drop with infinite 2 and 3 drops, I think is perfectly acceptable. I guess I'm still kind of on board with cutting a Read the Bones, but it's only because I like the Scabs with the Shadows of the Past and the Scab Goliath, yeah. Even though Scab Goliath doesn't work that well with Shadows of the Past, I'm still fine running them both, I think. Shadows of the Past is a very late game plan, and we have 17 creatures, which is a pretty good count. I think I'm going to cut one of my Read the Bones. Like I said, I don't love running 2 of them. I've certainly done it and been okay with it, but everything in this deck looks good, you know? Like, everything. The only awkward thing is our curve kind of goes from 2 and 3 drops to 6, but I don't even think that's like that big of a deal, honestly. It just means we do a bunch of stuff early, and then when we get to our late game, we've got our plan. We've got a big demon or a big Sphinx or a big zombie giant. Everything else is nice and quick and dirty and cheap. So, and even our removal looks pretty good. We didn't get any like Hungers or Cruel Revivals, but we got a Claustrophobia, we got a Disperse, Double Reeve Soul. I guess we're a little bit removal light. But I still think this deck looks good. I'm a fan. So let's, I forgot, are we more, all right. So slightly more black than blue, but we have 2 double blue. Probably just going to do an even split, which I imagine they suggest, and they do. All right. Yeah, I'm on board with this deck. It looks fun. Looks like we've got some good stuff going on. So, yeah, I think we've got ourselves a little bit of a, not even a blue-black control, more of like a blue-black aggro with a late-game plan is what we look like. So, all right, pretty interesting. We'll run it like this, and we'll see you round 1.